Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. We're looking at a mild day, pretty good. We're going to get up to about 67 in some spots, a little cooler around the shore, but looks dry, looks to be mostly sunny and a decent day. Some rain coming in for your Friday. Saturday, a little bit of rain, then clearing out. Sunday looks cooler, about 58 Sunday and a little breezy. By the way, a couple of big shows on sale. Our secret holiday show, December 15th, presented by the Jewelry Clinic of Riverhead, on sale at moles.com. Get them while they're hot. And our Guys with Guitars, November 27th, featuring one half of FGL, Brian Kelly, Low Cash, Kanan Smith, Josh Ross, Chase Beckham. Those are on sale as well. Big stuff, Cande.
Yeah, love it.
Very exciting. Lots to get to. I want to start. So I have this dating story I've been teasing, but you said you had another one. Why don't you tell your story first, Cande?
Well, I was reading about a woman who was asked out on a date, and they went to this place where I guess Tuesdays you get a dozen oysters for $12, right?
Okay.
So they go. The woman has 4 dozen.
Oh, my God.
Then she orders appetizers and a full meal.
Okay.
As the guy is sitting there watching her slurp up 4 dozen oysters, he says, "Wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this," and he leaves.
Hey.
So she had to pay for all the food she ordered, and that was the end of the date.
And is there a question as in, do I think this was okay for him to leave?
Well, the question is, do you think it was okay that she ordered 4 dozen oysters to start?
Yeah, look, at $12 for a dozen, $50 total for the 4 dozen oysters. You're going on a date. You have to expect to be spending a couple of bucks. I don't think that's the end of the world to me.
Well, that's where everyone was saying, really slurping, listening to you slurp 4 dozen oysters on a first date?
No, wait, hold on. Are we talking about? See, there's two things. I was getting to that. Are we talking about the money, or are we talking about the slurping of the oyster?
Well,
Bless you. Are you sneezing?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's both, but have you ever watched someone eat oysters? It can be very noisy.
Okay, so the money, because I thought you were asking me about the money. No, listen, you go on a first date.
Well, it's $48 for 4 dozen.
Okay, not a big deal, whatever.
Right, but
okay?
then you think you'd be full. Who can eat 4 dozen oysters like that? That's a lot, right?
You
think you'd be full.
Right. To answer your question, I don't know if I would walk out, but that might be the last date I have with that person.
It's not an attractive look. Maybe you should wait a little before you start slurping oysters like that. You know what I mean?
Right. She could have stopped at a dozen.
And he's probably thinking, this girl has an appetite. No one I've ever seen. I can't afford her.
Yeah, this is going to eat into my 401k. Unbelievable.
I mean, whoa.
Yeah, no, that's a bit overkill. That is a bit.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, a bit much. In this story that I have, the New York Post put out a story about a woman who went on a date. And before she went on the date, she met this guy online, and she asked him for dating references. And
oh my God!
Well, so it's interesting. He thought it was a little strange, but he gave her the cell phone number of his sister, and she texted the sister back and forth a little bit to make sure. She's had some bad experiences with some guys, so texted the woman, and they were going back and forth. So she decided to go out with her brother, and they're still together 4 months later. And she says she's trying to avoid red flags. She's trying to avoid wasting time on guys that aren't going to be worth her time. And I'm curious where you stand on the dating references, Cande.
I think it's weird. Will she call his ex-girlfriend when they decide to have a special rendezvous to see how that worked? I mean, no. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it.
I didn't think, it was such a big deal. I'm kind of, I kind of like the idea anyway. Maybe the process is a
Well,
little
let's
off.
put it this way. You meet a
Yeah.
girl. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
it's Dana, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You ask her out on a date and she says, "Wait a minute. I don't want to have a bad situation. So let me have your sister's phone number." You
No
wouldn't be
problem.
like, "What?"
No problem, because I know my sisters would give me a good
Of course,
reference.
but you wouldn't think, "Wait a minute. This is a little too much for me."
No, I would even give her numbers of ex-girlfriends. Here, I'm a gentleman. Here, go ahead, call whoever you want.
Wow. You
Yeah.
wouldn't think that's a red flag for me?
Well, no, right. It would be a red flag for me. That's
Right.
right, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, agreed. But I would have no problem giving the number. Whether I would go out with the person after that, I don't know. But yeah,
That seems a little intrusive, if you will.
well, it's definitely intrusive. The woman's trying to save time, I suppose. She doesn't want to waste her dating life on on nonsense.
Oh, boy.
Candy National Days today. It is Get to Know Your Customers Day, which is always the third Thursday of each quarter. So that's today.
You know, you were talking way back
Mm-hmm.
about how doctors, when you walk in and they know you, like you were saying that they write that information down so that when you come in, they know what to say. Like I just saw my dermatologist and she said, "How's your granddaughter?" Right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's true?
Yeah. No. Do I think a doctor has your personal information in their chart in your chart? Like, hey, this
Because
woman
I
has.
heard that that's what they do.
Maybe some. I can't imagine. I think
So I thought it was so lovely that you remembered my granddaughter, since I do talk about her a lot.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, if she had it written down somewhere, yeah, that would kind of bother me.
What? You had. Hold on a second. Are you okay? Yell a code word if you need me to call an ambulance. Okay.
I was just thinking, tell your story, but I was just thinking about that.
So you got that from Get to Know Your Customers Day. You thought about your doctor knowing all about you.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. I thought maybe there was a medical emergency going on over there with you. I was a little confused for a second. Do I think doctors write your personal info in the chart? Not most of them. No, I wouldn't think so. I think that's just a good doctor that remembers.
All right. That's how I want to think, and I love it when I go into a store and they know me and they ask me how I am and whatever, and yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, it's good to get to know your customers.
You walk
It,
in and they go, "Fathead, sit down."
yeah, how's the anxiety? How's the neuroses? How are you doing over there? Good?
How's your
Good.
daughter Leah? Do you have any more children
Yeah.
besides Leah?
Hey,
Kidding.
listen,
Kidding.
you know,
Oh, all right. I
no.
apologize.
No, 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 no. I'm not you're not upsetting me, but in Candy,
Abigail's getting in the Junior Honor Society
she is
today.
a junior honor society, but just because we talk about tennis a lot, we
We don't
Leah
say we. You.
Leah and I have a passion for the sport. So it comes up quite a bit. Okay, that's all.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna sit quietly now. Go ahead. Do your
But
thing.
yes, Abigail is getting inducted into the National Junior Honor Society.
Love it.
That's right. And Elijah is he's in drama club in elementary school, and
Love it.
they're doing Seussical, the musical.
I love that. He's going to be a Broadway actor. That's my
He
prediction.
he said that he is playing the mayor in Seussical.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
So that'll be
You have
fun.
a lot
Yeah.
to be proud of.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. We got a lot to get to. It's National Kentucky Day today.
Good.
Have you ever been to Kentucky?
I have not. I've always wanted to go to the Kentucky Derby.
All right. You don't have. Don't you have a special story about the Kentucky Derby, Candy?
Ryan and I, our first rendezvous was at the Borgata in Atlantic City on the weekend of the Kentucky Derby. So it will always have a special place in my heart.
And they're off.
And running. And still running. No finish line in sight.
So many ways we could go with that phrase.
Oh, so many.
Ah, Cande, that's beautiful. So
It
first
was a
Saturday of
wonderful
May.
weekend.
First Saturday of May is your weekend with Brian. Very nice.
Our
I love it.
anniversary, so to speak.
Love it. It's National Seafood Bisque Day. I love bisque.
Yes, me too.
It is National LGBT Center Awareness Day. There's different centers in different towns to help young people all the way up to seniors who want to go speak to somebody and feel comfortable. Yeah. So, they have plenty of centers all around. And that's it. That's your there's your national days. Let's hit some good news quick, Cande.
Ooh, make me feel good.
Yeah, before we get out of here and then head into a Friday. A doctor in Virginia saw a 67-year-old patient last month, Robin, who'd been dealing with depression, so he prescribed her a cat.
Oh.
How about that? Yeah.
Oh, I could see that.
Her 15-year-old cat recently passed away, so he wrote down on a prescription. He said, get a cat. And she did on the way home. She got a cat. She adopted one. The doctor's name is Earl, so she named it Earlene. And she's doing so good with her new kitty. How about
Love it.
that?
You know, we just need to spread love and care for each other, whether it's a cat or a person or a dog.
And a man in South Carolina needed a new kidney, was on a transplant list for a year when he found out his cousin was a match. He didn't even know she'd been tested. She did it on her own. So there you go, new kidney.
Love it.
And a 43-year-old mom in Florida, Kelly, paid tribute online to a former coworker who recently passed away because 5 years ago, he saved her life. In 2018, she was working at a nursing home with a guy, Gary, who saw a small mole on the back of her arm, urged her to get it checked, and it was melanoma.
Oh, wow.
And, the rest is history. So she says Gary actually saved her life, and, so was paying tribute. Isn't that nice?
It is. That's a nice story, absolutely.
Yeah. We have to go. Thank you all for being a part of the show. Ryan and Amanda, our great producers. Cande, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, all right?
And you as well. Enjoy the ceremony with Abigail tonight. Send pictures.
Yes, we will. And, of course, I'm here till noon. Tons of music. We'll catch you tomorrow. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.